From entitled people. A classmate called the police and falsely accused her own class. Got expelled. Hello and welcome. I'm a 24-year-old female, but at the time of the story, I was around 19 and doing a professional course in goldsmithing. This story is about a 15 or 16-year-old female classmate being an entitled jerk who thinks she is the center of the world and tried to put us in trouble for something we didn't do. Let's call her Jenny. Here are some things that you need to know about the school and the professional course for those who don't know. You may be wondering how a 15-year-old and a 19-year-old got into the same class. It's because my course is for those who haven't completed the 12th grade, either because you just finished the 9th grade, you can choose a particular course for the rest of high school, or because you just changed courses, or for whatever reason you couldn't pass the 12th grade, which was my reason in another course. Either way, that made my class age range vary from 15 years old to 23 years old. We had a problem at the beginning of the year because there weren't enough students in other courses to form a class. The minimum is 10 students. So, to solve the problem, the school decided to reunite all students for the other courses with the main course of the school, the goldsmith course, until the other courses had enough students. Then, the students can ask for a transfer. So, as you can imagine, not everyone was happy, Jenny included, and she often complained about it. Jenny was having a hard time with her boyfriend, and she wanted everyone to know about it constantly. I felt bad for her at first because she would cry about him, but then she would have moments where she would check out guys on Instagram and say she was going to hook up with them, and that will show him, the boyfriend, and then continue to cry about him. She would also complain about the school, the teachers, her parents, other students in other classes, and basically her whole life. Also, every conversation had to be about her and her situation with her boyfriend, like, we get it, geez, I'm sorry that things aren't working out with him, but we heard it like 30 times in a single conversation. She also took a liking to me because I was nice to everyone, and to her too, during the first week of school. I had no backbone back then, and she took it to her advantage. We had a classmate that lived very close to the school, so we hung out sometime at his place during lunchtime. Jenny always found an excuse to not let me go with them, even though I was invited, and even if I said no multiple times, I always gave up and went with her because I didn't want her to be alone, and, for some reason, I wanted to be polite. I was a naive moron. Once, she took me to her apartment to show me something. By the way, she said she lived close, but we walked for more than 15 minutes, and I thought we were going to hang out. But nope, she forgot her keys to the mail or something and needed me to reach out for the letters because my hands are skinny and I have long fingers. I actually thought we were going to hang out at her place after that, but nope, we came back to school. So yeah, I've never considered her a friend. I was just being polite with her, but I really should have stayed away from her and held my ground. In the first class of the morning on that particular day, the teacher was doing the usual call. When it came to one of the guys in the class, Jenny got upset. Jenny, oh no, don't say this name, teacher. Teacher, huh? Why not? We all looked at Jenny, puzzled. Jenny, it's the name of my boyfriend, and I'm mad at him. Just hearing his name makes me mad. We just stared at her. What? The poor dude just happened to have the same name as her boyfriend, what was that? But we all shrugged it off, and the morning continued without any incident. At the end of break time, I was walking along with some of my classmates to our next class when we heard a commotion near our locker rooms. Since we are all nosy, we went to check it out. When we arrived, Jenny was handing her phone to Mark, who was male and 20 years old, one of our classmates, and the rest of the class was right there too. Mark listened at the other end of the phone for 2 seconds before angrily handing it back to Jenny and trying to walk away. But Jenny was starting to get physical, and Mark was about to do it too. Just so you know, Jenny was around my height, 158 meters, or 5 feet 2 inches, and Mark was around 180 meters, or 5 feet 9 inches. So yeah, it's basically a chihuahua barking against a Doberman. We all separated them, but the school was filled with angry yelling, and the staff was getting involved. Jenny grabbed her stuff and ran out of the school. Apparently, she had an argument with some of the boys in our class because of the scene she made this morning. I can't remember what the reason was for what she did next, but Jenny slapped Mark in the face. Then she called her cousin, which led to the phone thing in front of the lockers. Her cousin was telling Mark that he was on his way to the school and that he was going to beat him up. I can't recall what Mark said for this to happen, but I remember my other classmates saying he didn't do anything to deserve a slap and a threat. When we all calmed down, the staff got agitated, and something happened outside. We all went to the school entrance, and what did we see? Jenny is talking to two cops. There is a police station really close to our school, so it was normal that they came rather quickly. But still, we were all shocked when we saw the cops. Why were they here? We watched the cops talking to Jenny, then to our director and our main teacher, and back to Jenny. We wanted to see more, but we were told to just go to class. Jenny's cousin never came, as far as I know. Jenny came back at the afternoon break time. I was about to eat my delicious chocolate bread at the school bar when she just appeared out of nowhere. I asked her what happened for the cops to come, and she said not to worry about that. And you know what she did next? She asked to eat half of my chocolate bread. The audacity. I was so fed up with her, and I finally said no, very firmly, and took my precious treasure and sat somewhere else. I looked to see her reaction, and even if she had her back at me, I saw a teacher talking to her with a concerned look on her face. I guess Jenny was crying, but I didn't care and ate in silence. She didn't come back after that. We got word of what happened and had the police appear. Apparently, she claimed that we made a group chat on Instagram talking bad about her back, and she infiltrated the group to get evidence, and we were all bullying her every day. We didn't do any of that. And soon, the police discovered that all of the accounts in the group chat were created by Jenny to get us in trouble. The school had enough of her and told her that while this incident would have her expelled, they wouldn't do that, but advised her to walk out on her own, as she wasn't welcomed anymore. They didn't expel her because they wanted her to still have a chance to find another school that would take her in, since all of the other courses at our school didn't want her. I don't know what happened to her after that, and in all honesty, I couldn't care less. I just hope she got help, because she was really crazy. That got me thinking, now that I'm writing this story, if the group chat was already there with enough conversation and a bunch of fake accounts when she talked to the cops, then it means she was planning on taking action sooner or later. That was premeditated. Leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to our channel to make sure that you don't miss any upcoming videos. Thank you for watching Reading Reddit.